Welcome back to the Monttfibers Knitting Podcast. This is episode number 2. I'm sitting in a different location today, but I like the idea of just being able to do these kind of wherever, whenever, especially because, I travel a lot. Anyway, yeah, so if you watched the first episode, thank you so much and welcome back. If you're brand new, thanks for watching. This is only my second video. But yeah, I'm coming to you from New York City and I'm really excited to get into all the knitting things. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start with finished objects. I have a couple of things to share. First, I have the Zap Cap. The pattern is by parkandknit. Let me just get some good video of it. I'm just using natural lighting, so hopefully it's okay. But so it is this really fun lightning bolt hat pattern. I test knit it for parkandknit. This is the second test knit. Oh, hold on, someone's buzzing me. Love that I can open my front door from my phone. Anyway, so this is the second pattern I've ever test knit for parkandknit. She's super great to test for, is super size inclusive in my experience, and I just really, really loved it. This was such a fun pattern. It worked up super quickly. I knit it in fingering. The rainbow is Big Bright from Super Glow Fibers, and the highlighter pink is Highlighter Pink from Cascade Yarns, both fingering weight. And yeah, it's just a super cute hat. I blocked it to be a little bit looser on the top, just so that if I'm wearing my hair up or something, it doesn't look crazy. I don't know. I just wanted it to be a little bit slouchier, a little bit bigger than my head, but not too slouchy that it looked like a style. I didn't want it to be too slouchy that it looked like it was an accessory versus something that I wear when it's actually cold. And I did wear it out already. It's super warm. It's perfect. It has a nice double brim. So basically you knit the whole brim twice as long, fold it in, connect it, and then knit up the rest of the hat. I'd never done a construction like that, so it was really fun for me, but I don't think that's that uncommon, but I really liked it. It was really fun for me to do. So that was my first finished object. Well, I didn't finish this first, but I wanted to share it because it went live on Friday. So it's a brand new pattern, and go pick it up if you are interested. So the last time we talked, I was working on a sweater for my boyfriend, the Flax Light sweater by Tin Can Knits. I did finish it, and I have to say, the last time I didn't have both nails painted, this time I don't have both nails painted. Another side hustle of mine is doing nail swatches for brands. And yeah, I usually just paint the hand that I take photos for, and that's it. And then I don't paint the other hand until I want to do my nails, which I'm planning to do later today. But honestly, I just wanted to film this so I could edit it today and get it up over the weekend. Anyway, that was a long tangent, but I did want to mention it because I noticed it in my last video too, and you might have noticed it now that I only have one hand painted. So anyway, back to my finished projects. The last time we talked, I was almost done with the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits for my boyfriend, and happy to say that I did finish it, but well, let me just show it to you. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna back up a little bit so you can see. The fit is perfect except for the collar, which I'm sure you can see here is itty bitty, teeny weeny. So I first finished it completely and it was too big. It was way too wide. It was boat necked. And this is my first sweater I've ever knit. So I was I don't know how to fix this. I don't know what to do. So I frogged the collar, picked up less stitches, but obviously didn't pick up enough because this is so teeny tiny. Literally my arm couldn't even fit through this hole. I mean, it's comically small. And when I saw it, I just died. I was that is hilarious and comically small. Anyway, so that was attempt number 2. I am going to frog it and do it a third time and I have been looking online for, you know, things and solutions. And I think I'm just going to use some elastic thread to bring the collar up. So I'm going to pick up the right amount of stitches again, and then use a little bit of elastic thread to add a little bit more structure. I think this yarn is just like so fine that it didn't really hold up on its own. So we'll see. Going to give it a third try. But my boyfriend did try it on when the neck was too big, and he said the rest of it fit great. Like the arms and the body, everything was great. The yarn is awesome. I'm super happy with like how all of it came out except for the collar, and I think this is just a good learning opportunity for me. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So hopefully, I mean, I consider this a finished object, but then I frogged it, have to redo it. But I do want to show that I finished both arms. They're both done. And yeah, I'm just laughing still at this like sad little collar. Anyway, so hopefully I'll get to that later today or this weekend. That is the goal here. And then lastly, I have my mood sweater that I finished over like just 2 days ago, and I haven't finished moving in all the ends, but it is literally so cute. Last time we talked, I had only just begun. I'd only done 2 rows, but let me just show it to you first, then I can talk about it. So here is the beauty. Backing up so you can see, she is just so cute, right? Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Okay, I was just taking some thumbnail pics. Okay, done with that. Anyway, so the last time we talked, I basically had only knit up to like halfway through the green, I think, or like partway through the green. And actually, after that, I knit all the way through the teal and then realized I hated the color that I chose for the inside of the green and the inside of the teal. So I tore it out, I frogged it, and redid both of them. I did white just for the green, so you can see the pink has like, it's a little like baby pink inside, and then the green is just white. And then I picked up another light blue tealy skein. This is also Malabrigo Rios, but just to make it look a little better. The other colors I chose were just a little too dark and they didn't pop enough, and I was like going to just push ahead, but I was like, no, the reason that you're making your own clothes is so you really love them, so you wear them. So I like thought about it for a day, ripped it back, and I was like, I'm gonna be so much happier. And then when I used the white with the green, I was like, oh, instantly amazing, perfect, love it. And then the teal was just even better, honestly. So I was so happy. And yeah, I was like obsessively knitting on this. I'm like honestly so happy with it. I think it came out so great. This is a folded collar that I did. I did twisted rib because I personally like the way that it looked, and this pattern originally has like a collar, but I know myself, I'm not going to wear something with a collar like that, so I just decided to change it up. A couple other people have done this on the Ravelry page, and I just kind of like guessed, which, you know, seeing as this is my second sweater ever, maybe that wasn't the best idea, but it worked out, and I think it fits super well. Actually, let me just go try it on really quick, 1 second. All right, so I'm putting it on now. Let me move my stuff out of the way. So I wasn't wearing it today because, as you can see, there are like lots of ends still to be woven in, as you can imagine. But I am so freaking happy with how this came out. I mean, like, isn't she lovely? Isn't she gorgeous? I am obsessed. Okay, so I'll keep it on while I talk about it. Maybe I'll just keep it on for the video because it's so cute, right? Anyway, so this sweater is knit bottom up, which I've learned don't really love. I think I'd rather do top down. But we'll see. You'll see when I get to whips, I'm doing another sweater, so we'll see. But this is knit bottom up, and then when you get to the sleeves, you like put it on hold, knit both of the sleeves, attach, then do the raglan decreases up to the top, and finish off with the collar. it was a little hard for me to like figure out, but I think that's just because it was my first time doing it. But ultimately, I think it came out really nice. I think it fits me really nice. It has not been blocked yet. As you can see, there's like a little bit of like bumpiness and like whatever this is called, puckering. Gosh, I'm like feel all over the place right now. But anyway, there's still puckering, but I'm hoping that with blocking that will go away. And like this was done in superwash, so it's probably not going to grow very much. I think the fit is perfect. The length is perfect. The colors are perfect. I'm just so happy with it. And yeah, I can list the colors that you want, but honestly, all the main colors, like the background color of these is Malabrigo Rios. The pink and yellow and so the pink, yellow, and orange, like inner face, are Knit Picks Heatherly. I'll put it over here. I can't remember exactly. But it's Knit Picks Heatherly something in worsted, and then I mentioned the face is also in the teal is also Malabrigo Rios, and the white is a Barocco DK, so it's a little bit thinner, but I had it in stash and I didn't want to buy more stuff because, as you will see later, I don't need to buy more stuff. Yeah, so anyway, this is like, I am so stinking happy. There's tons of ends to weave in. You can see like one's coming out over here, which I'm planning to do this weekend as well. And I think that is it for my finished objects, because these were kind of big projects that I was trying to get off my needles. And actually, I'm going to take this off because one, it's like really warm and I'm kind of worried about some of these stitches coming out. And anyway, so I'll be right back. Anyway, so now we can transition to my whips. I'm sorry that I'm looking at a viewfinder a lot because I'm using a camera. I'm not used to like looking at myself. I'm not used to there being an option to like be able to see myself. So trying to not look there, but if you see me looking, it's like, this is the first time I'm using this camera to do a little podcast. Anyway, on to the whips. Okay, so I have a couple of things that I just cast on this weekend. So the last time we talked, I was talking about how I wanted to cast on my first pair of socks. For my birthday, which was 2 weeks ago now, one of my best friends, Emma, knit me a pair of socks, mailed them to me with a bunch of other fun goodies, and it really got me excited about socks. So I decided to finally cast some on. So first is just the vanilla sock. This is, I think a lot of people talk about this. It's just a vanilla sock from the Crazy Sock Lady on YouTube. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Ooh, my coffee's coming back up. But anyway, so this is just the vanilla sock from the Crazy Sock Lady on YouTube. I'm just following that tutorial. And I'm knitting it in, what is this yarn? I've totally blanked. I know its name is Carmen. It's Gusto Wool and Carmen. And the colorway, I can list it here. It's just a number. It wasn't a name, but Carmen is like the sock. But Carmen is just their sock weight yarn. And it is, I believe, 80-20 wool nylon, superwash and nylon. I personally think my stitches are looking like pretty big. I'm knitting them up on size 2 needles, and I have 9-inch circulars. I personally think that that my stitches just look a little big to me personally. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. We'll see. I'm deciding like I'll just knit them, and if they're a little bit big, they'll be like house socks like for the winter. I did place an order for size 1 needles, which is what she uses in that video. Perhaps I just am a loose knitter. I don't really know. I don't know. Anyway, so that's where I am. I've literally just cast this on like 2 days ago, so I'm not very far. And I just think this would be a great project for me to take on the train and while I'm traveling and doing whatever, and not having to bring bigger quantities of stuff around with me. So there is that. The next one I have is, I only have done a swatch, so bear with me. Okay. Sorry, had to look it up, but I am planning to do the Stockholm pullover by PetiteKnit. I've never knit a PetiteKnit pattern, but like everybody and their mother, father, sister, brother, cousin, pets is in love with her pattern. So I figured, why not give it a shot and use up some in stash yarn that I already have. So I perused my stash for something that I would like, and I came up with this. Let's see if you can really tell. So I think this is a stunning combo. There you go. That's a little bit better. So I had some leftover, like icy light blue, almost white mohair from the Yarn Addict Co. I've honestly forgotten the color, but I'll put it on screen somewhere, the name of this color. But I bought this a long time ago. I made a Ghost Whisper top by ParkandKnit. It was like one of my first things I ever made, which is crazy, but I had bought this, I made the Ghost Whisper top, had a bunch left, and I figured it would be great for this Slipover. I have more than just this. I have like another full skein, and this is just a partial skein. So I think I will have more than enough. And then I had a bunch of this palette yarn from Knit Picks. This is the colorway, also forgot it, so putting it up on screen, but it's just a green. It's super cute. It's light. It's a little bit heathered. It's like a sagey green kind of, but a little bit more green. But when I pair it with the icy blue, I think it makes it look a lot more sage, which I think is perfect for like fall and winter or whatever. Not that colors, as I mentioned last time, are like, can only be worn in certain seasons. I'm like not about that, but anyway, when I bought the balls of yarn of palette for the Flax Light for my boyfriend, to reach free shipping, I got like 4 of these. So I have plenty of this to make this Slipover, and I'm just really excited to kind of get that going. But yeah, I only have the swatch done, so we'll see. I don't know when I'll actually cast on that Slipover, but that's what this is going to be. So it's already in its own little project bag, which I just use these little like gift bags a lot. That I've gotten like a ton of these as gifts in them and whatever. So that's what I'm using for that. And then my last work in progress, I think. I have just cast on yesterday the kitty cat sweater by, I've totally blanked, but the name is right here. And when I got this, I bought the pattern yesterday. It was 50% off. So maybe if you run over there, it still is. If it's not, I'm so sorry. But when I first saw this pattern about a year ago now, like almost a year ago now, it was one of the reasons that I wanted to teach myself how to knit. I was like really attracted to this pattern. And I have decided to knit it as a gift to someone. I don't know if they're going to watch this, so I'm not going to be, okay, just going to pretend I didn't say that. Anyway, so I just cast on yesterday. This is going to be the collar. The way that it works is you knit it super long, and then you will fold it and knit the inside and outside together to make a folded collar. I've never done this before. I've done folded collars where I knit and then, like, I've done the folded collar last. So, like, I've knit everything and then done the folded collar. Never started with a folded collar to then get into the, like the yoke and stuff. But we'll see. I think it will be really cool. I'm trying to see what it would look like. I'm almost done. I just have, like, one. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's so cute, isn't it? I have one row left to do before I join these two and then start knitting the yoke. And I did just cast this on yesterday. The great thing about this is that it is knit in Lion brand woolies, which is commercially accessible. It's pretty affordable, and it's worked in double. So I'm holding 2 strands. I bought a bunch of yarn off of Lion brand a long time ago during one of their sales. So I'm going to have 2 skeins of each going For the ones that require 2 skeins, for the ones that I only bought 1 skein of, like I didn't need a ton of yardage for, I'll just make like smaller balls and do 2 separate ones, I think, or pull from both ends. We'll see. And yeah, so I bought all of this Lion Brand yarn for this sweater a while ago, and I've just cast it on because I mentioned it's going to be a gift. So that is my last whip, and now moving on to my acquisitions. Okay, so I know that the last time we spoke, I was like, I'm going to try to slow down the amount of yarn I'm bringing into my life, blah, 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 blah. But then the the New York City yarn crawl happened, and that put a dent in those plans. But you know, since then I feel like I've been pretty good, and I feel pretty confident in myself to like keep it reeled in until I use up a bunch of yarn on my wall, because I just honestly have like so much, and I want to use it up because it's so beautiful, and I want to have clothes and items and things that use it all up. So anyway, let me just get into some of the stuff that I got so I can stop dilly-dallying and show you everything. Anyway, just so I can stop dilly-dallying. So I think I'm going to start with the stuff that I picked up during the New York City yarn crawl, because chronologically that will hopefully help me like keep things in order. That was the last time we chatted. So if you don't know what a yarn crawl is, it's basically when a bunch of local yarn shops get together and they have like a little bit of a discount on things. At least that's what it's like here in New York. I've done the Brooklyn yarn crawl and the New York City yarn crawl, both for the first time this year, but or like this last season of them. Yeah, and it's just a great way to connect with the community, with other people who live in your area, and I've seen them, you know, in towns and cities all over. But here in New York, I think it ended up being 6 or 7 or 9. I think actually it was 9 stores or something like that. I did vlog that, but now it's kind of been a long time. If you're interested in seeing that, let me know. I will make that a vlog. I just basically filmed everything and then forgot and didn't put it all together. But anyway, I'm going to start with the yarns that I picked up during that, because I think it will help me like keep things chronological for myself. So I picked up and I'm only bringing one of each of the skeins, but if I have more than one, I'll tell you. So first I have this, which is Murky Depths Deep Sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, in the color Picante. I feel like a beauty YouTuber trying to get this in focus. Okay, there we go. So here we go. It's super cute. It's basically like a gorgeous rusty orangey red. I bought a sweater's quantity worth of this, and I'm going to make myself a sweater. I think I'm just going to do a flax light sweater of my own in this color because it's gorgeous, and I can hopefully just have it be like a TV knit. Like, it's tons of stockinette. It's pretty easy. It's fingering, or it's like sock weight, so it's like fingering weight. And yeah, so that's the plan for this. I did buy a sweater's quantity though, so that is in the cards. That was, for me, a sweater quantity was 4 skeins of these, I think. I personally am not into sharing a lot of like my measurements and like body stuff. For me personally, I don't think it's great for me to like look at that and think about that. But if you are really interested, I can let you know what sizes I do. Typically I'm like doing mediums or larges in there. That's kind of just what I'm up to. Anyway, so that is the first skein of yarn, or the first purchase that I did. And then I also picked up 2 of these, which is super pretty. Let's see if I can get it in focus for you. There we go. This is another Malabrigo Rios. This is in Sabadura. I don't really know how to say that. Sabadura. I picked up 2 of these thinking that I might want to add a purple row to my mood sweater. But then when I put it in my sketch and my drawing, I didn't love it. Didn't love the purple. But what is really great is that I also, one second. Okay, this was not from the yarn crawl, but can go along with this. So what's really great about me picking up these is that I can now make this sweater from Pom Pom Magazine's 43rd edition. This was knit in Malabrigo's Rios yarn, and now I have a bunch of leftovers from doing my mood sweater and these purples. So I'm feeling good. I have this purple, and I couldn't find the other one, but I have Valentina. So putting it here. Because that was going to be my purple duo, and I didn't end up using it, so now I can use it for this sweater, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, so I picked up 2 of these and a Valentina, but I couldn't find that skein right now. So yeah, basically, that's what I'm going to do with these purples. I'm going to make that with the leftovers that I also have from doing the mood sweater. And then after that, what's so hard about these yarn crawls is like, it's so fun and everyone's there and they have discounts and it feels like, I've got to get something. Even though I know you don't have to, and like they don't require you to get anything. If you just show up, you can show up and like enter the raffles and stuff they have and chat with people and look at stuff, squish fun yarn. There's a lot of trunk shows. Anyway. I went to Brooklyn General Store, which is like the furthest one away from me, really. I mean, it's not the furthest, but it's definitely the hardest for me to get to. And I bought my very first La Bien-Aimée. I don't speak French, don't know how to speak French. But how freaking stunning is that color? I mean, it's a little hard to see on camera, but she is so gorgeous. So this is Merino Sport. I think the color is Madeline. It's basically, I mean, you can see, it's like a fuchsia-y purple with like a black dark halo on it. I mean, it's coming up a little bit more purple than fuchsia in the viewfinder, but oh, there you go. You can see like right there. It's like mostly that kind of a color. It's so gorgeous and it is so soft. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know if you can tell, but like I have a thing for this kind of a color, and just wait till you see what else I've got coming up. Anyway, so this is my first ever skein. I decided I want to make a tank top out of this. I'm probably going to do the Jessie May ribbed tank top. I've done the bralette, and I can't remember the name of it. So this is the pattern that I want to do. I figured it out in the store and was like, okay, I'm going to buy one, and I'm going to make that, and I'm going to be happy and in love, and it's going to be fabulous. And then the last set of things that I picked up during the yarn crawl. Oh, actually, the aqua color that I showed you in the mood sweater, which was this, was also something that I picked up because as I mentioned before, I didn't love the initial color that I had for the inside of those smiley faces. So that was another thing that I picked up. But I used most of that up, and now there's just little scraps of it, and it's in my little scrap bin, so I didn't pull it out. Then the very last thing that I picked up was I went to, where did I go? Where was this? Woolen. I think it was Woolen, which is one of my favorite stores in Brooklyn. And I picked up 3 of these Barocco Ultra Alpaca Lights in the color Garnet. So this is a nice DK Garnet. It's super nice. It is 50% alpaca, 50% Peruvian wool. Each of these is only like, I think it's 50 grams. Let me just make sure. Yeah, so each of these is 50 grams. I picked up 3 of them. Usually they're only $8, and they were on sale for 50% off. So they were $4 each at Woolen during the yarn crawl. And I honestly just couldn't pass it up. So I bought 3 of them. One is going to be turned into a hat for my boyfriend. I'm doing this hat. Forgot its name. I'm like so bad at remembering these names. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do with these. One's going to be hat, and then the other 2, we'll see. I'll probably make it into something. Maybe a hat and mittens for myself. I don't know. We'll see. But as you can see, there was a real theme in the colors I was going for or like really attracted to. I mean, this is like the one outlier for that. That was like the Brooklyn Yarn Crawl in a nutshell for me. It was mostly purples and maroons. But I'm so happy. I mean, I just love them all, and they're all so great, and I felt like I did get a great deal, especially on those alpaca ones. And yeah, so there was that. And then moving on, I mentioned, I think in the last podcast, that I took a pause on my Yarn Addict Co. Monthly subscription, so I didn't get one for November. But I did get the November color for Super Glow Fiber. So this is the yarn that came in the November box. It was inspired by, so yeah, it was inspired by Creature from the Black Lagoon. And you can see it's like super fun green. There's a little bit of blue and purple in there. And it's just super fun. I like really love it. I honestly don't have any colors like this in my collection, and I'm thinking of pairing it with the next one I'm going to show you. I don't know if, I'm sure you can tell, I'm really obsessed with Super Glow Fiber. I just love her things. I love this speckling. It's just so pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm like really, really in love with it. Yeah, I'm really into her stuff. And so speaking of that, I decided to get her Halloween box, and I got another one. So this one is just her Halloween box. Honestly, like, she doesn't have names on here. I really wish she did. Maybe I'll like make that suggestion, see if she will listen to me. I don't know. But I feel like these two pair really nicely together, don't you think? I feel like I can make something out of these. Both of these are fingering weight. I'm obsessed with fingering weight yarn. I love a fine, I love it. I just love a fine knit, everything. So I know it's like a huge pain in the butt to knit like any big garments in anything this size, but I don't know, I'm so in love with the finished product that I feel like it's worth it. But anyway, so I got these two yarns, fingering weight, and I'm really obsessed with them. I just love them, and I feel like it's kind of pushing my color boundaries doing purpley and green stuff together, but I also think I wear a lot of colors, so it's fine, right? Anyway, so moving on to the very last acquisition. These are still in the plastic. I got two of the Craft Me Not yarn. This is Empty Vessel in Surrey, which is 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 26% silk, and it's 50 grams. And oh baby, is this a soft freaking yarn. So this was Craft Me Not's guest dye for Red Door Fiber Witcher collection, and I was just obsessed with this red. Look at that. Isn't she so pretty? So my idea is to hold these double and like make something. I haven't quite decided what yet. But I definitely want like this color to shine. So that is that. I didn't pick up anything from Red Door Fiber because I'm really into the brights. There weren't tons of bright colors in that, even though I love The Witcher. And yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to like rein myself in and not spend a ton of money. So I chose to just get these two, but I really, really love them, and I'm so happy with that decision. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't know how long I've been talking. I feel like it's probably been a long time. I went through all of my whips, my finished objects, my acquisitions. I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget anything else. I don't think that I am. And so yeah, I think I want to end this with setting a couple of intentions before I go into the rest of my day here and like on into like knitting some more for today. I think I would love to really set a limit, not be taking in any more fibers right now. This was like way more than I was anticipating having to even show you. So maybe acquisitions in the future will look more like what knitting patterns I've gotten or things like that. Books, like knitting books that maybe I'm getting from the library. That's something that I'm trying to do a little bit more of. And also to just like really make a valiant effort to use in-stash yarn to like get creative with the things that I have and like the patterns that I already have. I'm trying to just be a little bit more creative in that space. I feel like I haven't been looking to my collection when choosing yarns. Or when choosing patterns. I've been choosing patterns then like trying to figure out yarn, but I feel like I should do it the other way around. And if you're interested in like a yarn tour, I would love to do one of those. That would be fun. Probably take a really long time though, because I do have a lot of yarn right now. Anyway, so I think that's everything. Yeah. leave anything down in the comments that you're working on. I would love to know what kind of projects you have going on. I'm always on the hunt for what I can be making next, what I should be excited about. And if you liked this, thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I forgot to say that last time, and I was like, oh my gosh. Obviously, I'm not a natural on camera if I can't remember to say like and subscribe, or I'm not a natural YouTuber. But anyways, saying it now. And if you want to give me a follow on Instagram, I'm Monttfibers over there. I'm always sharing what I'm working on, patterns that I'm following that I like, and yeah, just little updates about my life and my knitting journey. I'll also be sharing some sewing over there because I have a couple of sewing projects coming up. But anyway, until next time, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye. All right, I'm done. Let's see if I can get Polly in here. Look at him. Can you hear him purring? I have a little microphone. Let's see if you can. I hope you can hear that.